Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I had to put the banner back up because who the hell was that football team? Was that the Pittsburgh Steelers of old? It appeared to be that being the case. When was the last time you saw a Pittsburgh Steelers game where they had a 3-possession lead and you actually felt somewhat comfortable? This was the first time since what, 2020 that they won by 20 plus? The first time since what, 2016 that they went into halftime with a 3-possession lead, let alone a 24-point lead at that? What the hell happened? Who would have thought our best quarterback was our third stringer? Whack-a-mole Mason Rudolph steps in for the absolute trash can that is Mitch Trubisky, and all of a sudden we're able to ignite our offense once more. We nearly got to that 400-yard mark again. If we played Cincinnati without Joe Burrow for the remainder of the season, and if we were to somehow make the playoffs, I'd be saying let's lift up Lombardi number 7, because evidently the only time we play Pittsburgh Steelers football all season is when we play against the Cincinnati Bengals without Joe Burrow. Cannot forget that big important point. George Pickens, the man who we thought had no heart whatsoever, decided to come out here and put on a performance of a lifetime. 3 magnificent catches, 2 incredibly, long-distance touchdowns. In fact, I don't think we had a touchdown that long since Juju Smith-Schuster had those back-to-back 97-yard touchdowns, in 2020, 18, 17, and 18, whatever the case just so happened to be. Where was this offense all season? Where was this passion all season? Because let me tell you something right now. This is the kind of Pittsburgh Steelers performance that we have been yearning for years. It's not the victory and the numbers that just so happen to showcase on the stat sheet. It's the attitude that was showcased here tonight. Defense played like a Pittsburgh Steelers defense of old. It's not just the takeaways. It's not just the sacks. It's the attitude. Offensively, we went out there to try to do what? Impose our will. Defensively, we went out there to do what? Instill fear and intimidate the opponent. That's the essence of what the Pittsburgh Steelers is. This is what we so desperately wanted to see from these Tomlin coach teams. We want to see that swagger. We want to see that chip on the shoulder. We want to see us play with that edge because we only get it from isolated players or maybe one half of the football team, but never as a cohesive collective unit. And if we play like this, I'm not going to be screaming fire Tomlin or let him go or let him play out his contract. Because we played like Pittsburgh Steelers. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth football. It's bigger than losses and wins. Now, granted, we all want to see wins. But we want to see what made the Steelers a squad that doesn't end last in the division since 1988. Why we haven't had a losing season since 2003. We want opposing teams to see the Steelers on the schedule and look at themselves like, it's going to be a long night. That's what made us the Pittsburgh Steelers. It shouldn't have to be back up against the wall. Now we activate. We should do this every week. To go out there and play a kind of game where the person walking across from the 50-yard line at the conclusion of the game says, I respect those boys in black and yellow, black and gold. So we got the job done today, but we still got a whole lot of more work to do. Because guess what? It wouldn't be the Pittsburgh Steelers way post Bill Cowher if we didn't have playoff implications that are out of our hands. Because it's starting to feel like 2013 all over again. But that's neither here nor there. I couldn't care less about the postseason. All I care about is week by week playing this brand of football. So coming up next, we got the Seattle Seahawks. Guess what? They in the same position that we in more ways than one. So you know what that means? It's a must-win game one way or another. So I'd like to see this exact same performance. We'll have to get a whole lot of help. Buffalo playing in a little bit. We're going to need them to take an L. Denver, hey, we're going to need you to take an L. Houston, you beat us. We're going to need other people to beat you. Indianapolis, same case. We're going to need some people to beat you. Cleveland, if you can lose twice, that'd be magnificent. Baltimore, we'll see you week 18, depending on what transpires with Miami. Maybe you might start Lamar, maybe you won't. One way or another, we can't focus on anybody else no more. All we can focus is on us. And to go out there and play our brand of football week by week. And perhaps things will fall into place, or maybe they won't. But if we just go into each game with this kind of philosophy, where we're going to play Pittsburgh Steelers football, the kind of football where the players of yesteryear would look and clap and applaud and nod their head in respect, that's the kind of football we need to play. Because I think that's what needs to be on the marquee for this season. Forget everything else. Garner the respect of your peers and those who came before you. If you can have your former players come around and say, I respect that football team from New Year's, or I should say Christmas Eve extended, because it's the 23rd, onwards to the end of the year, I think that's enough for me. But one way or another, we got ourselves a W. Are you out the doghouse, Tomlin? No, you're not. We still got more work to do. George Pickens, we still got more work to do. Deontay Johnson, I ain't see that man celebrating or smiling on the doggone sideline because he only had 2 catches for 15 yards. I would like to see a big block out of him. And might I add, Jalen Warren on that, jet sweep touchdown to Calvin Austin. You saw how that man laid out a block? You saw in the media when he said, hey, had it been me blocking for George Pickens, I'd have made a block. Here it was, showcased to the entire world. Laid out the fucking middle linebacker, sent that man damn near to the locker room on a magnificent block. We need more people playing like that. TJ Watt, yet another sack, might just make NFL history this season, becoming the first player ever to lead the league in sacks in 3 years. I never knew that. Deacon Jones had done it in the past, but of course he never recorded sacks. He did it 5 times, and that's neither here nor there. TJ Watt has an opportunity at history, but that's an individual kind of situation. We're looking at a team aspect. Let's keep playing this brand of football. Let's keep this momentum going. Let's somehow, make things happen. Forget the doggone winning season for Mike Tomlin. Let's play regarding pride, play regarding heart, play regarding the brand of Pittsburgh Steelers football that we have been able to instill over the course of the past 50 plus some years. All right? I'd like to see more of it. As Monique once said, I would like to see it. Everybody get your hands up in here. Steelers on 3, win on 6. 1, 2, 3, Steelers. 4, 5, 6, win. Let's go, baby. Big W. And remember what I said after the loss to the Patriots. I would not be surprised if Pittsburgh were to win 3 of their last 4 and they make it to the playoffs. Do I think we're going to do anything? Not so much. One game ain't enough to flip me. And, of course, why did we not think to start Mason Rudolph sooner? Rudolph leads the motherfucking cornucopia of freaking reindeer for Santa? You think Rudolph, the red zone whack-a-mole, is going to have a bad game before Christmas? Impossible. Play like this next week. Maybe you might get out the doghouse. I'll let Myles Garrett know to sit outside the damn stadium. Maybe that might give you an opportunity to keep playing at this level. Keep playing like this. We want to see more of this. What was it? Give me some more of that. Give me some more of this performance. More.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Chiseled Adonis.
Hey, would you trade $10 to learn how to break into YouTube? I just dropped my very first ebook, Commit to the Commitment to Consistency, How to Create a Profitable YouTube Channel, with the very same tools and framework that I use to build my YouTube channel over the course of the past 8 years, from 0 to over 720,000 plus subscribers. So click the link in my description, go to chiseledadonishop.com and grab your ebook today. $10 to create a platform that you can use for the remainder of your life. What are you waiting for?